Here's the question. How can the betrayer, and we refer to the betrayer as the unfaithful partner. So how can the unfaithful partner give their why without blaming the betrayed partner?
Yeah. And that's a great question. And I
It
think a
is.
question that most couple end up in this question. And it used to be a lot of discussion about it. In a proper why, a core why, there are no blaming whatsoever. It's about yourself. So we always say, or what Beth says is the why always start with an I. So usually I can kind of hear the blaming is like, oh, my wife, she never want to have sex with me, or my husband, he never pays me any attention, or we grew apart and it's your fault because you are working too much. That's kind of the blame that I would say most betrayed partner hears from the unfaithful partner. But if we look at it, that's a surface excuse. The core reasons why we talk about root cause, we work with root cause therapy, and we talk about root cause. It's much deeper than that. You need to peel off the layers of the why, and the core reason why is what we say is connected to limiting beliefs. It's often that I don't feel good enough about myself. Therefore, I have a huge need for validation or attention. Uh, how do I get that validation and attention? Uh, I flirt. I start texting. I'm sexting. I'm having an affair. I'm hooking up with someone. So the why, the reason why you are having an affair or you are acting out or watching porn, which is very often intertwined in this, it's not because you don't have sex enough with your wife. If that was the case, why don't you deal with it with your wife or your husband? uh, Problems in the marriage you solve within the marriage, and if you go somewhere else, it's probably because of other reasons. So really getting some help, it can be hard to look at those core reasons yourself. We're often not fully aware of kind of what's going on. So getting some guidance and look at what is it that is actually happening and what are the true core reasons why you acted out in whatever way, shape, or form you were acting out.
Yeah,
What a great answer,
I know.
and again, I'm just going to add one more thing to that. What we do, and Doug, you mentioned this a little bit earlier, is, we are always talking about the what, the why, the how, and Camilla, giving that great example of the why. The why is I only. That's it. There's no we, us, our, you, he, she, it. None of that is in the why. So just by the nature of the question, we know that it's not the core why. Because the question is saying, how can the betrayer give their why without blaming? Well, because a why, as you said, Camilla, won't have the betrayed partner in it if it's the real core why.